Have you ever heard of a truthful joke? Here's one. The only reason why pyramids exist in Egypt is because they were too heavy for the British colonists to steal and put them in their museum. Welcome to Tunacheki's Africa in the News. I'm Mike Mushi, and this is the show where we look at how Western media covers Africa, where we go through all the prejudice, racism, misinformation, and in today's show, how Western media never holds their governments accountable for all the crimes and atrocities they've committed in Africa. So before we start, please make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please like this video. It's the best way to show YouTube that you enjoy our content, and it will continue recommending our content to like-minded people like you. So please make sure to do that. And thank you. We're almost reaching 1 million subscribers. We'd really appreciate you continuing to share our videos so we can achieve our goal quicker. So, for today's video, we will react to an interview by UK's Culture Secretary Oliver Dowen on the matters regarding all the stolen African artifacts, art, culture by British colonizers who violently took it from our people in Africa. So, here's the video.
Well, earlier I spoke to the Culture Secretary Oliver Dowden, and I began by asking him whether he thought the stolen Benin bronzes should be owned by Nigeria.
Well, I think that they properly reside in the British Museum.
That is total bullshit. They do not properly reside in the British Museum. They properly reside in Africa, in Nigeria.
Now, that doesn't mean to say that we shouldn't work with the government in Nigeria to see how we can share it with them.
Forgive me, and I understand sharing, but they were stolen. Do you not think that they should be owned by the people that they were stolen from in the first place?
Well, I think the problem with this, and of course, if we go back to things that happened in the 19th century and judge them by our values of today, it's completely unacceptable.
It's totally acceptable. That's a very stupid excuse to have. It's just, because I used to be a rapist and a murderer 50 years ago, I'm no longer a rapist and a murderer now. You are still that, and whatever you stole during that time, it's still a crime. Like, it doesn't mean because time has passed by, you're no longer a rapist, a murderer, and a thief. Because that's technically what the British government, the British colonialists were to Africa. So his excuse that those values for today don't apply back then, it's total insanity, and it shows you the real face of racism today.
But my concern about this is, where do you actually draw the line with this?
Let's draw the line where you actually stole them. Simple as that.
Collections of our great national institutions have been developed over many, many centuries, in many times in questionable circumstances.
Just a quick fact, the British Museum is recipient to the most stolen materials, artifacts, art in the world. Out of all the museums in the world, the British Museum is the one that has the most stolen things. So that collection they're proud about is just the pride in their theft, the pride in all the murders they had to commit to get all those artifacts. So it's like a thief proud of the achievements. That's basically what the culture minister is saying the British Museum is. They're murderers, they're looters, and they're proud of what they did. They're proud of the murders, they're proud of the looting, because it got them all the beautiful art they're clinging so hard to.
I think the question now is about what we do with these. I love the Benin bronzes. I've seen them many times throughout my life.
No, he doesn't love the Benin bronzes because he does not understand what the Benin bronzes are. It means nothing to him. It's not part of his culture. Technically, all he's saying is they're too proud to take back things they even don't value. So that's where we are left.
And I think them being in the British Museum, which is a world repository of heritage,
a world repository of theft. That's it.
Allows people to see it, but that doesn't stop us from sharing it.
Okay, but ownership is key, right? Yeah. And the Nigerians say that when they get them back, they would almost certainly be happy to loan them back to you. But the fundamental problem is that they were stolen from the Nigerians and they want to own them.
I completely accept that they were acquired at a time of rampant colonial expansion in Africa.
Let me translate it for you guys. I said rampant colonization of Africa. So basically it's meaning the raping, the murdering, the theft of our resources, and the slavery and subjugation of our people. That's what is meaning, right? Rampant.
In the circumstances that I'm not in any way going to sort of defend or condemn with the values of the 21st century.
It's defending the British government's attitude towards Africa now. That's what he's doing. He's actually doing what he's saying he's not doing. He's actually defending. And based on his attitude, I think he's proud of British colonial history. Like, I think he's longing for it, but that's just my opinion.
I think, though, the more important question is how we ensure that the world can enjoy this marvellous heritage.
Correction, it does not belong to the world. First, it belongs to the Benin people. Second, it belongs to Nigeria. Third, it belongs to Africa. Then it belongs to the world. So bring it back to the people who it belongs to. Okay, the Benin, the Benin state in Nigeria to begin with, Nigerians, Africans, then the rest of the world, they can come to Nigeria to have a look at them if they love the Benin bronze, as they claim.
A letter will soon be sent, mandated under international law by the Nigerian government, to the British Museum, formally requesting return. You and I know that would also require laws, the Heritage Act and the British Museum Act, to be revoked or at least amended. Is that a realistic prospect?
No, we have no plans for doing that.
Technically, he's just saying all that is bullshit. They will not return these things. It's theirs. They stole them. They belongs to them. No amount of force, law, diplomacy can work. That's the position of the British government today when it comes to all the stolen African art. So here's the conclusion of the video. Africa should immediately demand this art back, right? Like, we shouldn't all nicely ask, write polite letters. We should demand. So what can we do to actually pressure this Western government? It's just not the British government. The French are as guilty. The Belgium are as, like, I think tenfolds as guilty. The United States is also guilty. Germany is also guilty of this. So many people have stolen, so many African art has been stolen from Africa. So technically, they've stolen more than 1 million pieces of African art worth tens of billions of US dollars. That's just in monetary terms. But to us Africans, worth like a trillion, like it's like valueless, because it's like you cannot put a price on culture, right? So this is where we are left at. What can Africa, first of all, as a continent, as the African Union, what can Africa, like Nigeria, Ethiopia, do, like these countries that have majority of the art, Egypt, like in the UK, what can they do to start pressuring these Western governments to bring back our stolen art back? So first, I would suggest to use international law. Many of these countries are part of the ICC. You know, we can sue them, take them to court, like make it officially. You know, go stop being polite and use official channels to get back this art. Another method, which is far-fetched, we can try sanctioning these governments. Maybe your tourists are not allowed in this country if you've got some of our art back, right? But that one, you know, maybe in the future when Africa is more stable economically and can afford to do these things. Another option is political favor, like political pressure. So plus political favors, this background diplomacy stuff, right? That's another way of doing it. And also the best way for me, I can say you can do it right now as an African. You don't need a government. You don't need a government. You don't need like even a single cent. Is boycotting these institutions that have stolen art in them. If you live in the UK, stop going to the British Museum. You know the attitude. You know how they got that stuff, right? Stop aiding and abetting looters, thieves, murderers, rapists, because when you enter the British Museum, that's what you're technically doing. So with that said, Let us know what you think African countries should do to force these Western countries to return back our stolen art, our stolen artifacts, our stolen like culture, right? Let us know in the comments below. Bring us your idea. Make it civil, and let's discuss this for the future. And also, we've really covered this issue so many times. We've done so many videos on all the stolen artifacts by the West. So make sure to also check out our videos. We'll link them in the comments below. This is our video, our last video for the year. We really appreciate you guys for sticking with Tunacheki. As we continue to grow, we'll be increasing our content, we'll be improving our quality, and we'll be bringing you more shows from different perspectives, so you can get to know more about Africa, right, from Africans. And make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like this video. As I said, it really helps share and spread our content around, and we really appreciate you guys, starting with our members, our channel members, our Patreons, our donors. You guys directly help us make these videos, and we totally 100% appreciate you guys. So we wish you a great new year, a happy 2022, and we'll check you out in the next one.